So the weather was too snowy here in St Moritz, and the ICE concours has been cancelled, certainly out the lake, but they have kind of salvaged a little bit. So we come inside to one of the car parks and they've brought in some of all the cars that are here. So we're going to bring you on a quick tour of what's here. There is some pretty cool metal around actually. I love this Lancia Stratos, proper rally car. It looks really cool.
And if it's not clear, most of this stuff is real. It's not really replicas.
Yes.
This is the Serletta parking, which is where the concours judging has been taking place while the weather has been atrocious.
So these are not a kit car. Okay, we're going to spin over here for a minute because there's a couple of gorgeous Maseratis and Talbos. So again, there's kind of a really unusual mix of stuff here. Like there's kind of all different categories. We've got some gorgeous period correct race cars. Come in and have a look around this because it's absolutely stunning. You've got to have a look inside. Just looks absolutely incredible. These cars are just achingly beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
While we're over this side of the parking, you need to give a special mention to just outside where we have a 550 on studded tyres. It's perfection. Moving down slightly, there is also, for some reason, there's a Daytona in the bold corner. It wasn't allowed in. We don't know why. It's out there. It's got a racing stripe, so it's quicker than the other Daytonas.
It is one of the only concours events where you will find a Mondial parked next to a Daytona.
They needed to move some boxes or something and brought the Mondial.
Just look at that. Is absolutely gorgeous inside. Oh, and it's got all the correct stickers. It's done everything. It's done the Mille Miglia. It's done everything. That is superb. Okay, again, some just beautiful, real nice mix of stuff here. You've got that Talbot, you've got this beautiful Ferrari again. And one of the things I love about these is when you come up close, you sort of see all the great history that some of these cars have done. Because the thing I love is these cars aren't just showpieces. These are used, these are raced, they're entered into events. Still good wood. I mean,
and this one, of course, using the Ferrari tailor-made brown suede interior. That was a Tic Tac new.
The really good thing as well is throughout the day, owners have been moving these cars and they've been coming back and taking them out. Just hearing them getting fired up in here is absolutely incredible as well. Okay, a couple of really significant Jaguars here as well.
First up, XKSS. Look at it. On a Kerry reg, must be said.
Also, one other amazing thing about here is also these. We have some amazing dogs here as well. The dogs are better than the cars in so many ways.
What we lack in hearing the cars not go around the track, we make up for it with dogs.
The dogs don't mind being out in snow.
They don't rust. We have the Acuria Cos, and then, with excellent deduction, it is a 73 Miura SV. Now, later once it doesn't have the eyelashes on it, and being an SV no longer has the strakes, more airflow, more speed, more better.
Do you know what detail I love about this is when you look inside, especially because you can see with the light interior, you look at that, how the seats are bisected. With that
not the only bisection in a Miura, because the exhaust tips are fake and do not touch the exhaust because of the clamshell rear. So the exhaust ends and then you have a tip that's about here. You can also tell the slightly wider arches of the SV. And as you're going down that direction, take a look just inside the door of the Jag where you'll find lots of spare spark plugs, neatly arranged. Just in here.
There you go. See, there you go. That's how you know somebody has some proper experience.
Yes, just like what I keep for your Hondas.
I mean, this is, I mean, Miuras are great, but this is a Miura for when you've got really big balls.
Said fake exhaust tips. Now, the silver lower half, it matches really well. It matches the wheels, gorgeous. Almost Guinness spec. Not quite, but close.
Oh, one other thing we've got to do, because we love Obviously, everyone loves pre-merger AMGs.
Yeah,
There's
this
one
is
out-
for Simon Dean.
This is really the ultimate pre-merger AMG.
Now, it must be said, this does wear a 300 SEL badge on the back, not a 6.9, but I don't know what's in it. Could be anything. However, correct pentas on some slightly stretched tyres. A bit of stance works going on. We have full
Just fully
cages.
caged.
How cool.
I mean, it's the best race car here.
Probably the most aggressive car here.
Okay, we've got a lot more. We've got a bit of ground to cover here. So we've done the Miuras. There's also a beautiful fin-tail Mercedes here as well. Great. It's a really good period correct color as well. But also this over here is absolutely phenomenal. This is such an achingly beautiful car.
I want to say it's a Super America of a description.
The color alone and the interior on this thing is just, oh.
With NART flags.
I mean, the thing about these cars is that these were all handmade. Like, this was just beaten out of metal panels.
By a
This is
man
what
in a
they
shed.
come with. By a man in an Italian shed.
And with the Ferrari 296 having recently come out, if you pan over there, you'll see where the rear arch came from. That is the 250 LM. This one's an open top one. But that rear clamshell is what inspired the rear arches of the current 296 GTB and GTS.
Now, there's another racing Ferrari here, which isn't technically a racing Ferrari because this is the Ferrari 156 Sharknose.
Yes.
When these were raced in 1961, I'm going to say, I think 60 or 61, I will be corrected in the comments, raced great success by people like Phil Hill. All of these were destroyed. None of these actually remained. There has since been a couple of these recreations done with the factory blessing and all that, but kind of nice to see it. They are entirely accurate as to what they would have been like back in the day.
And if your parents loved you enough as a child, when you went to Shell for petrol, you spent enough money, you got a little toy Ferrari, everyone got a Sharknose at some point.
So we've got, again, some great stuff. Maserati Cooper here, another Maserati. Got slightly more modern. Not a whole lot of race cars here, but slightly more modern from the 70s, which was raced in period by Graham Hill. And when you look at these cars, you just think like they were absolutely nuts to race.
Please, a
these things
special
back in
mention
the
for
day.
just how deep these rear splits are.
Yeah.
There is dish, and then there is dish.
Yeah.
You're fine.
We don't want to disturb you. Okay. All right, come on, go. Have a closer look at this. Just look inside here. Just absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Your bolas don't do anything. These are proper.
Okay, but slightly more modern.
Yeah, we'll try just. There is a Zagato there. Yes, it's
so
there.
We do have an Aston Martin DB4 Zagato here. You know, just casually parked up in.
And there's a Bugatti type next to it.
But what is very cool is the Aston Martin Bulldog over here. Now, if you don't know what this car is, this was originally a concept car Aston Martin made way back when. You can see with the whole wedge shape just exactly what it was like. But all it was a concept car, and it was never really designed to do anything else. Then it was sold a number of years ago. An investor bought it and decided to go, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend a whole fuck ton of money and make this an actual road-going car. And it's done it, and it's done 200 miles an hour.
Yes. Back in period, they did run it. It hit, I think, high 170s, maybe 180, and it kind of fell short. It now has a couple of turbos. It is the most whistly boy here by a long shot.
Yeah.
Incredible turbo whistle when this thing fires up. But recently, it did actually hit the 200 mark. It has had a couple of colour changes over the while, but the current owner brings it to everything. It's been to Bicester, it's been here, it's used, it's enjoyed. It's currently on studded tyres. You sit in it by lying down. We can't see the headlights at the moment, but they are here. This whole front panel moves, and there's just a rake of headlights in behind it.
The only thing that you won't see is the period correct voluminous amounts of cocaine that would have also been in this car at some point.
Cocaine is model zone.
This is literally it. So, speaking of slippery and fast cars, this is one of the Fiat. This is from the Museo in the historical collection that Fiat have in Milan. I've seen this car a couple of times. It's great to see it out here as well.
Yeah.
But this Autobianchi
just for our good friend Dan, he wanted to see this. It is the Autobianchi Giovanni. It's half boatmobile, half AMC Gremlin, 100% fun.
You got to go right in and have a look at the inside of this, because the inside of this is phenomenal.
There is a Lido somewhere missing these seats. They have been stolen from poolside. Much better use here.
Yeah. I mean, okay, it is a little bit kind of, you can see in period, there's a few cracks and all that, but it's just so gorgeous, so simple. Just, we should have really had cars like this, really, you know. Anyway, okay, we've got a lot of ground to cover. Do you know what we need? More really fucking expensive Ferraris, and that's what there are plenty of here in St Moritz. 275.
330 GTC, because Lachlan Quinn couldn't make it, so they had to phone in the double. Cali with the most incredible interior I've ever seen in a Cali.
Interior. White over green. Phenomenal. That's a person with taste. And that's a person that doesn't care about the next person that's going to own that car.
Here we have a proper family Lambo, the Harama.
Yeah.
Very, very small numbers, kind of baby Islero, really cool.
It's a bit of this is kind of the runt of the Lamborghini leather. It's a bit of a mongrel, but
nearly free for some time.
Nowhere near as gorgeous as this 3500 GT. Beautiful. Beautiful car.
Now,
okay, there are some modern cars, unfortunately, here.
Yes.
Not quite modern. This is actually really going to be it's almost classic near at this stage. You're not far off getting classic tax on this.
And people on the internet will be all too quick to tell you this shares an engine with an S-Class. Next to it,
whatever about that Pagani,
yeah,
that one is 10 times better than this thing, because this is fucking terrible. This is awful looking.
Notice the children behind it. Horatio swears it new. I don't believe him. There's too much old cars.
Pagani. It's absolutely not new. It's just like all the fucking other ones. And the colour is hearing aid beige. How can you make hearing aid beige really expensive? There you go. You do it that. It just looks. I'm sorry, but it just looks terrible. This is just awful. I mean, maybe if you're 10 years old and you're into Instagram and you're a car spotter, you think this is the best thing in the world, but really, no, it's absolutely. So, I just don't get it. That's me. I just don't get why people lose their mind over Pagani, because that thing.
That's a very quick rundown of
some of the cars
that we have in here. We are going to go around St Moritz, see what we can find lying about the place, see who we can find, see if there's anything interesting going on now that the day is cancelled for everyone else.
Yes. Keep an eye on the channel. We will do a little bit more, but as ever, follow me on all the social medias.
Don't follow me.
Follow him, Works Cooper S. And thanks for watching.